Closed doors, I'm a fool for you.
Good morning, guys. So, how are you doing? So, for today's topic, we will be discussing about abstract. Okay, so if you haven't heard about abstract yet, please refer to our lecture regarding abstract classes and interfaces. Okay, so for today, we'll be doing some demos on how to use abstract when writing your code. So, let's start. So, first, what we want to do is to create our file first. Okay, so as you can see, I've already fired up my IDE. So let's go to File, Project, and hit Finish. Okay, so as you can see, we have here we'll just have to remove the comments for us to have a clean code or fresh. Okay, so now what I would like to do first is I want to create a class. So for this one, I won't be creating a new class, but I'll just place it inside here. Okay, so to do that, you just have to remove the public keyword. Okay, so for example, we have class bird. Okay, so we are able to create a class bird, and then let's see, string, let's say uh, kind or type, and then let's have it, let's give it a method of public void tweet. Okay, so and then here let's just give it a simple print that would allow us to tweet. Okay, and then so as you can see, we now have our bird class over here. Now what I'm going to do next is just simply create an instance of that bird. Okay, so for example, I'll have it as bird b equals new bird. Okay, and then I'll just simply call b and call the method tweet. Okay, so now if I'm going to run this one, you'll see it's going to give me the output tweet from our bird from the tweet method. Okay, now take note, this is just a basic object oriented. Okay, we haven't included abstract here. Now what I'm going to do next is simply add abstract to my what do you call this one, tweet method. Okay, so if I'm going to add abstract, okay, no, not the method but on the class. Okay, so now as you can see here, upon writing abstract on my bird class, I immediately got an error from my for my bird class. Okay, so it is simply because when we create abstract, abstract allows us to create normal, what do you call this one, normal classes. So we cannot use that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to create a new method, not method but a new class. Okay, let's call this one class eagle, and then it's going to extend the bird class. Oops. Okay, so now instead of instantiating bird, I'm going to instantiate the eagle. So eagle e was new eagle. Okay, we have an error saying that can I find the class eagle. Okay, because it's inside the bird class. Okay, get it. So now, as you can see, we now have our eagle, and then we'll just change this to E. So if we're going to run this, as you can see, use the eagle class, we're able to access the tweet method of the bird class, but that doesn't include, or we don't we're still not using abstract there. What's good with abstract is we now are able to create methods that would be required for the child class of the main class to follow. Okay, so for example here, since this is our main class, okay, I'll just hit some enter. Okay, so so here I can have or create method, let's say public void fly. Okay. Okay, so now what the reason why we have an error here is because we didn't include an abstract keyword. Okay, so it's abstract. So take note, when adding abstract on your class, it goes first, but for methods, it goes in between the modifier and the return type. Okay, so we have here abstract fly, and that's it. Okay, we don't have to specify what type of what do you call this one, what type or what it does, or any statement or statement that it does. Okay, those will be specified later on the subclasses that inherited the main class. Okay, so for example, okay, I'm not sure. Okay, it says it's not abstract. So eagle is not abstract, does not override abstract method fly. Okay, so with this, what we can do is just, okay, the reason why we're having an error here is since this is an abstract, it is required to have the fly method. So if I'm going to give it a method, a fly method, for example, let's say public void fly. As you can see, by adding the fly method, it now eliminates the error. Okay, and then whoa, and then here I'll just have fly high. Okay, so now if I'm going here and access my fly method and run it, it will give us fly high. Okay, but again, if I'm going to remove the fly method, let me cut this one. As you can see, I'm going to get an error because since our eagle is a subclass of our bird class, and our bird class is an abstract class and has an abstract method of fly, it is now necessary for eagle to have an fly method. So that's what abstract does. Okay, so okay, so next thing, for example, let's do another one. So we have this one. Okay, for the bird class, let's create a new class. Let's call this one class what do you call this one? Ostrich. I'm not sure of the spelling of ostrich. I hope I'm correct. So extends bird. Okay, and then okay, no need for this one. Okay, again, automatic by just placing extends bird. Okay, it now immediately requires the class to have the fly method. So what I'm going to do now is just simply copy this one and paste it on my ostrich class, and as you can see, error goes the error goes. Okay, and then I'll just place it here, runs fast. Okay, so and if I'm going to create, let's say instead of eagle, I'm going to have this one as ostrich. Okay, so I'm going to run this one. As you can see, I'll have the tweet from our bird class, bird method rather, and run fast from our ostrich fly method. Okay, so that's how abstract works. Now, most of you are wondering, how about interfaces? How do we use interfaces, or how does interface differ from abstract? Okay, so interface is actually a similar concept but totally different. Okay, how was it different? Because take note, for example, we can have, or by creating an abstract method, we now require all our subclasses to have that type of method. Now, what if there is a type of that method, or that class, that doesn't need that kind of method? Okay, so with the use of abstract, we are able to select who are the only ones who can have this type of abstract methods. Okay, to show it to you clear, let's have, or let's try to add something. Okay, so second, so I'll just, so take note, interface is actually a different one. Okay, so it's going to be interface, and then let's have what else. What's something that's let's just say, okay, let's just see bird interface. Okay, and then let's have the curly braces. So that's how you create an interface. You just use the interface keyword followed by the interface name. So Now, this time around, let's have something that would be necessary or required to some of the birds and not to the other birds. Okay, so we can have it like, let's say, let's have void peck. Okay, oops, I forgot. Okay, so when we say, okay, we'll have peck, so everyone can peck, or let's just say claw, to be more specific, since eagles have claws but ostrich doesn't have one. Okay, so what's going to happen now is, with the use of interface, we have to install this to a specific bird but not to all birds, because only eagle has claws. So we can place it in, or we can place the claw inside an abstract method, because ostrich can't have or doesn't have claws. This is where interface comes. Okay, so it can now be what do you call this one? It can only be implemented to some of the methods that requires it. Okay, so to do that, we just simply add, okay, we just add the keyword implements. Okay, and then we'll just have here the bird interface. Okay, so with that, we are able to initiate interface on our eagle class. As you can see, we are now having an error on our eagle, because since we implemented interface, it now has to have the class or the claw method. So let's just let me add a new method here. So let's just say public void claw. And then let's see, okay, so by doing that, as you can see, the error has been removed. So if I'm going to access that one, it will just simply change this to eagle, and add e.claw, and run this one. As you can see, I am able to access our interface. Okay, so that would be all for interface and abstract. Hope you learned something, and stay tuned for our next topic.